covering the Northern Bahamas? You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. Labor movement leaders are Grand Bahama to host an open forum on Friday, January 11th. The highly anticipated forum will take place at Christ the King Auditorium, and that begins at 6 p.m. Quentin LaRota of the National Congress of Trade Unions says this will be the first time they will be staging such an event.
We have prominent citizens and labor leaders as a part of the panel discussions, and Maurice Moore, the Honorable Ambassador, has agreed to be the patron of the event. It's a unique event. It's the first time it's happening. And so we, the labor leaders in the North, are proud to conceive the idea and to try to bring it forward. And we've been assisted by our leaders in Nassau of the umbrella unions. In majority rule, remembrance and celebrations, the role of labor is ignored. People forget that Mr. Randall, walking across the floor and joining with the PLP, brought about that. And he was from the Labour Party and the Labour movement. He's the father of Labour here. That is often lost in the celebration. So we want that historical, or the historicity of that to be embedded in everybody's mind.
Union member Doyle Russell is encouraging residents to attend this informational session, especially the youth.
We were only supposed to get this to y'all, to the younger ones, but it is you who must now make it work. I did my part. Yes, they can throw me out the union now, because as far as I'm concerned, these leaders who are being paid from people dues, who can't find their way here, joking. And I can be telling you that straight through. So if you ain't want to hear nothing from me, throw me out the union. But if you can see the possibility for myself to work with a union that is prepared to continue to stand as in days of old for these people, and not just a social club, then I ask you to come out on Friday night to this forum.
Switching gears now, a local school charged with meeting the needs of challenged students finding much success with its intervention program. Genesis Academy is a school that facilitates the needs of students who are behaviorally challenged and in need of intervention. Currently, the school has 7 regular students and also accepts students who have been suspended for various reasons.
What we are doing now is ensuring that our children are in a safe environment and they can continue with education even though they may have to be removed from school for a short period of time. So we are at the official center, one of the official centers to house that. And here they're able to continue with regular classes, and also the critical component is the counseling. So they're able to receive counseling with whatever matter they would have been suspended for.
Principal Ricardo Major is proud that the school has been meeting the needs of these students who are oftentimes dealing with major personal issues.
Hats off to the hardworking educators that are here. Of course, you know, we have been called to deal with the more challenged students in the system, and they have been not only buying into it, but seeing that our children do have challenges and needs and approaching them with that in mind, that they are challenged. Our focus this year have been we know that a lot of the situations come about because of home environment, but we've been focusing on what it is that we can do when we have them in our care for about 8 hours a day.
Major adds that the institution has seen its fair share of both boys and girls in need of behavioral intervention. He says a greater focus has been recently placed on preparing these students to reintegrate back into mainstream schools.
Well, our repeat offenders have been going down, thank God for that, for what we've been doing, because when I came in first, we were up to about 40% of students that are constantly being suspended or persons that may have been here for a long term. So we've been seeing that gradually decreasing, over the years. We've been seeing it decreasing.
He says his hope is that more parents with children who are challenged will take a serious look at Genesis Academy before it is too late.
My hope is that a program like this would evolve to the place where we can be able to assist these students, first of all, in gaining the basic skills, because of course some of them are not meeting the graduating rate. Of course, we are still to where we have 50% of our students graduating, and the question should be, what's happening with the other 50? They're out in our community. So we hope that a program like this will be able to help them to assimilate into society, getting a basic job, first of all, with a good attitude, having that basic job, and then they can move on to hopefully furthering their education.
In other news, 2 local organizations teaming up to host an event that made its debut last year. Pi Upsilon Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated and Operation Island Hunt are preparing for the 2nd annual scavenger hunt this coming Saturday, January 12th from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Vice President of the Pi Upsilon Omega chapter and event chairman Jordan Bowe says that this event is in observance of the sorority's 111th Founders Day. Alfred Anderson of Operation Island Hunt is excited about this initiative.
100% of the proceeds of this event does go back into the community to our sorority's international programs, and we've recently turned over a new set of programs with our new international president. And so for the years 2018 to 2022, some of the focuses that we're going to have are going to be on increasing college admissions in our high school students, the arts.
Operation Island Hunt, Mission Pink and Green, the Ivy. We this year plan to, of course, continue incorporating, like we said, economic stimulation. So there are components that participants will be able to participate in that will definitely add to the greater Grand Bahama, as well as provide a great avenue for a lot of fun, a lot of family entertainment, a lot of activities that participants will enjoy.
The Grand Bahama Port Authority is once again a sponsor of the scavenger hunt. Senior Manager of Group Corporate Affairs, Kim Miller.
Why is Grand Bahama Port Authority a sponsor? For 4 simple reasons. 1, it's fun. Who doesn't want to have fun at any time in this fantastic city of Freeport? 2, we are focused on family. And what great way to have an event that pulls together family, people who are just like family, as well as our closest friends. So fun, family in the city of Freeport is absolutely fantastic. And of course, we know finances. January, retail-wise, has been proven to be one of the slowest months economically. And we want to definitely do events and support events such as these within our city of Freeport to be able to counteract that negative arrow that tends to happen with sales during this time of year.
Local church leaders assembling this past Friday to hear of plans for what is being called a Freeport Miracle Crusade. In early March, Bahamian pastor Sean Pinder, who is now living in Texas, will lead a 2-day crusade in Freeport. Pinder says he believes that the religious event will be far-reaching, and he is encouraging religious leaders to get involved.
We are so convinced that God wants to move in His miracle healing power, and so in preparing for that crusade, which will be March 8th through the 9th, the need to get pastors together and communicate to them what's happening, how it will benefit them, and how we need to be praying and working together towards this crusade. This crusade is not meant to take away from any church. It's actually meant for Sean Pinder's ministry is coming alongside pastors here to help them to see the miracle working power of God manifest in the lives of the people of Grand Bahama. And as God heals people, it will help the church.
And that was Pastor Eddie Victor of Living Water Assembly, who is the local coordinator. Once again, he says the crusade could not have come at a more opportune time. Sean Pinder agrees.
I'm like, God's doing it right here in Grand Bahama what He does in Africa. And that's why I'm not showing pictures or testimonies from Africa. I'm showing the local pastors today what God did right. I'm showing the local pastors today what God did right here in Freeport, Grand Bahama, to build their faith for them to realize God's ready now to set the people free and bring a complete shift and sweep a whole lot of souls into the kingdom of God. So my message to pastors are this: your hard work is about to pay off. There's that season where people have to labor and blood, sweat, and tears. Everybody has to be tried and tested. No one wants to go through the fire, but we all have to. And the pastors, and because these are the leaders, these are the ones who kept the spiritual atmosphere and the people together. Now God's about to honor their hard work.
And the Miracle Crusade will take place March 8th and 9th at the Teachers Union Hall in Pioneers Loop. Now it is time to ask the doctor.
Welcome. Monica asks, Dr. Pratt, I've been feeling quite under the weather these past few days. I have a slight fever, both my stomach and my head hurts, and I have a bad cough. Since it is flu season, I'm worried that I may have caught the flu. Are these symptoms of the flu? And what should I do if I have it? The symptoms that you are describing sure does sound like the flu. And thanks for sending in your question. Influenza, commonly called the flu, is a viral infection that attacks your respiratory system. At first, the flu may appear to be a common cold, but unlike the common cold, it tends to come on suddenly. Common signs and symptoms include fever over 100 degrees Fahrenheit, aching muscles, particularly in your back, arms, and legs, chills and sweats, headache, dry cough, sore throat, fatigue, and nasal congestion. There are various things that you can do to prevent the flu. Your best defense is to receive an annual vaccination. Because the influenza vaccine is not 100% effective, it is also important to take other measures to reduce the spread of the infection, such as washing your hands frequently and containing coughs and sneezes. If you do get the flu, here are some things that you should do. Stay home and rest. Drink lots of fluids. Water and juice are best. Wash your hands often and take over-the-counter cough medicines. I'm Dr. Monique Pratt, and this has been Ask the Doctor.
Don't go away. A check on sports is up next with Ramiko Noel.